Hey guys, and welcome back. I'm Chris Mazzarella, and you're watching No Reserve Classics. And before we get started, guys, make sure you hit that subscribe button and ring that bell, because you never know, your dream ride could be in the next video. And here we are, guys, with this beautiful 1969 Chevrolet Camaro RSSS Pro Touring Resto Mod. And this baby has a few secrets, and they start right underneath the hood with an LS3 376 motor and a 4L70E automatic transmission. And all that power is going through that Moser 12-bolt built rear end with True Track. On the exterior, the beautiful Le Mans blue with the white racing stripes and that awesome electronic RS kit. On the interior, white deluxe houndstooth interior, and they didn't skimp out. It's got an AM/FM Kenwood radio with Bluetooth, power steering, and even vintage air conditioning. And I know you can't be with me here today on this beautiful turntable, but if you visit us at No Reserve Classics, you'll be able to take this vehicle as well as all of our other vehicles for a virtual 360-degree tour. That's right, with a simple swipe of a finger, you'll be able to view the beautiful exterior of this car. And after you're done with that, hop over to the inside for another 360-degree virtual tour. And just as always, guys, if you have any questions how to get this beautiful ride into your garage, feel free to give me a call, Chris, at 1-800-562-7815, and I'll be sure to guide you through the full process. Let's hear what a modern day muscle car really sounds like. Oh baby, gotta love the ease of an LS startup. All right, this baby definitely has a cam in it. So guys, hop inside and let's take this bad boy for a ride. All right guys, so what is better than having the windows down and the top back on a beautiful day? This is awesome. The ride in this car is super comfortable. And just looking at the car from the outside, that beautiful Le Mans blue with the white rally stripes on here, just an iconic staple of American muscle car. And the history of this vehicle, it looks like it just rolled off the showroom floor back in 1969 with all the modern amenities. I mean, you can't tell what this car has inside of it just looking at the outside. You have those really cool 15-inch staggered SS wheels with those BF Goodrich radial TA tires on there, just looking factory. But once you pop that hood, you turn this key in the ignition, you'll know right away this baby's got some work done to it, especially with the cam you guys just heard. Definitely has a really nice rumble to it. So the LS3 376 made it up with the 4L70E automatic transmission and the Moser built 12 rear end. So something cool about that rear end, and we'll notice right here on this turn, as we give this baby some gas, it has what's called True Track in it. So instead of a posi traction, which has clutches in it, the True Track doesn't have that. It is all gear related, and you're gonna get the same response throughout the life of the rear end. And it's got 373 gears in it. Right now we're cruising, woohoo! Right now look at that, another Camaro, how cool is that? So we're cruising right now at 55 miles an hour, and we're at 1,400 RPM. So you can easily drive this car 80, 90 miles an hour on the highway legally and just be cruising and enjoying it, getting probably 25 miles to the gallon in a 50-year-old vehicle. This is great. Now the steering on this vehicle is great. I mean, we just took that corner at 45 miles an hour. No squeaking, no squealing, no crazy noises. Just felt very comfortable going around those corners because of the power steering on this car. So we have power steering, oh, power brakes. This baby stops on a dime and turns on a dime. Just a great quality daily driver. And normally I wouldn't say that, but I've been driving this car right now for about 45 minutes, a little over an hour, and I keep forgetting that this car is almost 60 years old. As we're going over some of the bumps, we're hitting that gas pedal. It feels great, and it feels, like I said, really comfortable. I mean, this is great. My hands are off the steering wheel. I'm relaxed. I'm enjoying the view. I got the wind blowing through my hair. It's a great feeling. Looking on the outside, it looks really original. Looking on the inside, it looks really original. The white vinyl with the white houndstooth in here, the deluxe interior, but the modern amenities is where it's at. We have on here power windows, tinted, air conditioning by Vintage Air, digital Dakota gauges in the center as well as the center console, and an awesome Kenwood radio system in here with these awesome Kenwood kick panel speakers in here. I was just cruising to the music before, and it was loud enough. I have the top down, the wind's blowing, the exhaust sound in here, and it was great. It was just enough volume in it. I had my phone connected. Just a super pleasurable drive and very comfortable. I can pretty much guarantee that anybody gets in this car is gonna love it just as much as me. So guys, let's head back to the barn so I can show you guys a little bit more about this one-of-a-kind 69 convertible. Woo! Oh man, that was so much fun. I love driving a convertible Camaro, and especially one this nice. And it all starts off right here with that RSSS Detroit Speed electric headlight kit. Back in the day, these babies were vacuum powered, and that meant it had to build up pressure for it to open up, and you get that one eye opener. Now with these babies, you open them up and they're fully electric. Now, you can take it one step forward and install our resto-modded LED headlight package for $399. And that's gonna include the halo ring with that bright LED right behind it. So as soon as you open those babies up, bam, they open up and showcase that headlight with the awesome halo ring around it. And then, boom, open it up one step further and you have that LED dispersing on the night road ahead. One of the special parts on these cars that I think every Camaro should have came with is the D80 spoiler package. So not only do you get the front lip spoiler, but you get the matching spoiler in the rear as well with these really nice white rally stripes that are super deep in the clear. You can't even tell that they're on the car. They're not vinyl, they're fully painted, which brings me to my next point. The quality of this car. How nicely the paint is laid out on this vehicle, showcasing a lot of the new chrome, the wheel well molding, the emblems, the rocker molding, the mirrors. All the chrome on this vehicle has recently restored or refinished, give it that mirror-like finish. On the side of this car, you'll notice a little bit of the American Muscle era. And what am I talking about? The BF Goodrich radial TAs, super iconic with those white letters going throughout on the front and the rear and all the sides. The SS 15-inch wheels with the matching center cap and the chrome ring. It just brings you back in time, but it is something that you could change out in the future, showcasing the power disc brakes all the way around. And it's simple, you just lift the car up, replace the wheels and tires, and you have a totally different vehicle. And when it gets too cold to have that convertible top down, simply press that power switch and watch that baby rise from the back to the front. You don't need the help of any passengers bringing that beautiful white vinyl convertible top up, not to mention that huge back window. Normally they have that circle cutout in there, which in my opinion limits your view. This baby has a window from all the way up top, all the way down to the trunk area. And right off the bat, you're gonna notice that beautiful stance of this vehicle, that iconic American Muscle stance, a little bit lower in the back and a little bit higher in the rear. You'll notice those 245 millimeter rear wheel tires on here, but you can go all the way up to a 275 mil rear wheel tire, definitely holding a little bit more traction on the road ahead. And like I was saying just before, look how big that back window is, gives you a lot of visibility out of the back. But most of the people that are gonna be looking at this vehicle are gonna be way behind us. And the first thing they're gonna notice is that iconic rear end, the blacked out tail pan, showcasing that this baby is a big block. But one thing people forget in these vehicles, and what do I mean? I mean that a lot of people put the RS kit in the front, they forget about the rear. Separating the reverse lights from the tail lights. An SS actually has the reverse light built into the tail light. And we talked about how clean the exterior of this vehicle was. Let's talk about how clean the interior of the trunk is. Super nice and super clean, super dry. It was coated, and right behind that, Matt, you could just see how clean the metal is under here. It doesn't look like it's ever been replaced, and if it was done the correct way. Very clean and very nice. I just like the way it looks, very nice. All new gaskets around the trunk, so water leakage and stuff like that shouldn't be an issue. So it's that time. Let's pop the hood and show you guys where all the magic happens. Super easy. The hood opened up really nicely. Shows you one key factor of how this car really is. So when you pop that baby, you'll notice those awesome valve covers. They're aluminum and they match the rally stripes throughout the whole car. But anybody could put an LS motor in a Camaro, but this just isn't any LS motor. This is an LS3 376, mated up with a 4L70E automatic transmission. And did I mention they're crate motors and a crate transmission? What does that mean? That means that these parts, these components were purchased at this Chevy dealership. They weren't pulled out of a junkyard. They were brand new when they were installed, and I just checked the speedometer. It doesn't even have 200 miles on it. How nice is that? A lot of horsepower here. Let's keep that baby cold. From front to back, let's keep it ice cold. Be cool. You have the awesome Be Cool radiator with the mirror finish on it, with a dual electric fan keeping this baby ice cold. In the front, keeping it ice cold inside, the vintage air conditioning unit with the vintage air front runner system. And it's completely chrome and polished. All the pulleys are all identical, a matching set. Right next to that is the air induction system, which chrome. Everything is really classy and tastefully done. That's going through the RotoFab system right here. So what is that doing? This is a little clear box separating the heat from the motor from the air coming outside. You don't want the heat from the motor in front of the radiator, so the radiator is taking ice cold air from the outside. This system allows ice cold air to be inducted into the car directly without the nuisance of having the heat from the motor coming through it. So you'll actually be able to see all of the components in this car because how clean it is. Look at the firewall, smoothed out firewall, satin black, matching the underside of the hood. It's just very clean and tastefully done. I like it. I think it looks very good in here. So overall, if you took this baby to a car show and popped the hood, everybody around you would be super surprised to see this bad boy underneath this hood. So not only does the outside of this vehicle look nostalgic, the inside of it looks like you're taking a step back in time. With this awesome white vinyl houndstooth interior, not only do you get to enjoy it, but the passengers in the rear will as well. And it gets a little bit more factory looking as we look just around. We have those awesome deluxe door panels, even a staple shifter, and the wood grain throughout. We even have the rosewood steering wheel with the functioning horn in here. But we do have a few key elements in here that do modernize this bad boy just a little bit. And it all starts right in front of us with those ice blue digital Dakota gauges up front. And you also have the 4-pack as well in the center console. So you have the beautiful light ahead of you as well as the center console. Like I was saying, that iconic staple shifter. So not only can you drive the car, but anybody can. It's an automatic, simple to use, put it in drive, put that pedal to the metal and light those tires up. But let's face it guys, sometimes we're enjoying the ride, we love the sound of the engine, but we want to play our favorite tunes. We have this awesome Kenwood radio with matching kick panel Kenwood speakers as well. It's got AM, FM, and even Bluetooth. So forget about your cell phone. Put that baby right in the center console and you can take all your phone calls and listen to your music right from the radio itself without even using your cell phone. It's great. So we got the radio, sounds good, looks good. We're missing one key element here. Ease, modern. We have power windows and they're tinted. They're a smoke tint from the factory. This is actually built into the glass. Really cool feature. last but not least, my favorite function of all the cars, vintage air conditioning. So not only will the car stay cool, the car will look cool, but you'll be one cool dude driving this baby. Underneath this Camaro, you'll notice the super solid floors under there, painted that correct satin black all the way throughout, from the front all the way to the rear, showcasing how solid the underbody of this car really is. Starting in the front, you'll see that Hellwig sway bar connecting that whole front end suspension together. And it also has power steering and also power disc brakes on all 4 corners. So when you're getting all that horsepower down the road, those babies stopped us on the dime. And as we move to the center of this vehicle, you'll notice the cross member and the frame connectors. They are provided to us by Hotchkiss. So what is that doing essentially? That is essentially connecting the front subframe to the rear frame, and is completely welded. Think about it this way. If you put this vehicle on a lift and you open the door, there is no structural support on the top. So those frame connectors are helping this car stay totally solid from front to rear, not only helping us when we're cornering, but just normal driving as well. And last but not least, the rear end, that 12-bolt Moser rear end with True Track and 373 gearing. And all that is held up by brand new OER leaf springs and brand new shocks on all 4 corners. This vehicle also features a bunch of new body components and a bunch of new bushings. And last but not least, that really elegant styled stainless steel gas tank. And there you guys have it, the 1969 Chevrolet Camaro RSSS Pro Touring Resto Mod. It has the LS3 376 paired with that awesome 4L70E automatic transmission and that 12-bolt Moser rear end with True Track. It has that white deluxe houndstooth interior with that absolutely phenomenal Kenwood kicking stereo system, the power steering, power brakes, and that really nice ice-cold vintage air conditioning. Guys, this is one not to miss. And guys, I'm Chris Mazzarella, and you've been watching No Reserve Classics. And if you guys have any questions, feel free to give me a call, Chris, at 1-800-562-7815. And if you guys haven't done it already, make sure you hit that subscribe button, because you never know, your dream ride could be in the next video.